Hello everyone, and today we will be reading Sally.exe. I'm a big fan of the Sonic the Hedgehog series, like a lot of people. I narrowed down to the classic Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon shows because I think the rest Sega had spawned the rat crap. Each to their own. I was browsing eBay the other day. I wondered if there would be any items about my favorite character from the series. Silent Acorn indeed. What I found was a plushie that was manufactured in Sega World of Cindy, which closed down due to the lack of visitors in 2006. Those Sally plushies were very rare, but I didn't have the money to buy her, and my parents would despise me for it. I examined the plushie for a while. As the article came with pictures, this Sally even had their own jacket. On it was written with permanent marker, God. I don't really know what it meant. Probably the initials of the child owning her before they sold her. I clicked the back button to return to the Sonic Sally search, knowing I wouldn't win the auction anyway. Only to find another article had appeared. Sonic Saturday AM cartoon, all episodes, with the price of $100. An instant buy. Sat AM DVDs were never released where I came from. Bummer. So as happy as I was, I wanted to rewatch the show and checked out the article. It had no description and no address where it came from. Germany, Canada, etc. It was missing, and the shipping price was started to be free. I looked up at the photo of the article. It was a blank CD. I've decided to buy it anyway, not just for the nostalgia, but the writing was great. I loved Robotnik in the series. Well, it all started when the mail arrived. It arrived the next morning. Oddly, it was Sunday. I was happy to receive the episodes and immediately put the blank CD into my laptop, starting the DVD. Sadly, the DVD didn't start, but it offered me to show the files. So I opened the folder and saw a Sally.exe application. I was confused at it being a exe, but I started it anyway, and indeed, it was playing a Sat AM episode. The episode Hooked on Sonics began. The episode started out all normal, along with the intro, no blood or anything. But the sad thing was that my computer blue screened when the kissing scene of Sonic and Sally started. When Sally walks over to Sonic and kisses his cheek, he calls her kiss not so good and grants her a better one. It was so cute too. The only computer rebooted in it, and I took out the CD as I thought it malfunctioned and threw it away. I could have asked the computer rebooted, and I could have asked the person to give me my money back, but he can keep the $1 I gave him. I mean, it's just $1. I continued to normally browse the internet, speak to friends on Skype and all. Nothing was wrong until when I was watching a random YouTube video. My cursor, the right arrow, in case you didn't know, these are all, the right arrow, in case you didn't know, is in, like, C frontwards and C backwards, anyways, started to completely spaz out. I disconnected my mouse, but the cursor continued to thrash around the screen. I even deactivated my touchpad and it continued. Suddenly, it came to a stop and I carried on, ignoring what had happened. Soon I found myself downloading a ROM for Sonic the Hedgehog fan game. As soon as it had downloaded, I started up my emulator and began the game in windowed mode, but honestly the complete screen went blank. I shrugged it off and waited for the game to start. The familiar Sega jingle didn't sound, well, it did, but it was slowed down. Sega. So much it sounded demonic, and it gave me cringe. The background remained black and Sonic didn't run past the logo. It faded to black and some text appeared. I first thought it was a red font, but it looked like it was stretched into my computer screen. Up for round 2. I blinked and flinched as the main screen came on. The sky was a dark gray, and the clouds looked dull and black, like right before a thunderstorm. The mountains were decayed, and so was the logo. It even looked partly rusted. I was amazed at the pixely detailed, but it also scared me. Sega 1991 was now replaced with Sega 666, and the water with a bloody red The familiar music wasn't played either. It was just a 16-bit mess of sounds. The demonic Sega occasionally mixed in. Instead of Sonic showing up, two characters appeared next to the logos, Tails and Knuckles. The sight of them terrified even more. Tails' eyes were black and they were bleeding. His forehead became a dull gray and black as well, and he had an expression of anguish on his face. Knuckles looked for worse. His red fur had darkened to reddish gray. His dreadlocks were dripping with blood. His eyes were black and bleeding like Tails, and he had a look of sadness on his face. Just then I noticed a new character pop up out of the middle of the logo. A pink, bubbly little hedgehog poked her head out, and at first she was smiling, but then found out what was around her. She looked confused and nervous, like she didn't really know what was going on. Amy Rose? I thought. But is this all about? What is this all about? Curiosity drove me to press enter. A short yet loud static noise sounded and the screen faded. I wish I hadn't done so. Kyle didn't want to play with me. The writing appeared. Again, what a shame. But I can play with you, right? The demonic Sega jingle sounded again as for a split second an image flashed. It disappeared too fast so I couldn't make it out, but I could swear I saw a red and black Sonic with black and red eyes. I almost felt them pierce me, in that moment made me jump. I didn't begin in Green Hill Act 1 though. I wish it did. Instead the title card read, "Not perfect at 1. Act 1. The game began. The ground looked like the normal Green Hill Zone, but the background was pitch black. Amy stood normally where Sonic would be in the original game. Surprisingly, that was a well-made sprite. It wasn't her classic self, but her current self. It looked official, even. On the opposing side of the screen where Amy was at, there was a large silver ring. In front of the ring stood the sprite of Sonic with a smile on his face. The animation of Amy standing there was that she stared forward with a lovely, dozy expression as hearts came from her head here and there. I guess I should have heard to say to Sonic. I guess I should had to Sonic. I thought as I moved Amy toward Sonic, but Sonic ran away and jumped into the ring. I made Amy leap after him. The level teleported to one of the stages where you can get a Chaos Emerald. The background was pink with love hearts all over. It looked cute, but I was distracted by only having 4 red and white colored